Are the Toronto Maple Leafs finally ready to stop dancing around their offensive depth issues and make a bold, strategic move for a young, proven talent who's desperate for a fresh start? Or are we going to watch another perfect fit slip through their fingers because of organizational hesitation? All right, folks, here we are again on the precipice of another NHL season, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are once more grappling with a familiar, frustrating question. How do they truly solidify their offensive attack beyond the core four? The early season has been a mixed bag, a frustrating blend of flashes of brilliance and moments of inconsistency, leaving fans and analysts alike craving a decisive move. We've talked about big names, about rentals, about long-term commitments, but now a new, intriguing rumor is swirling to back channels of the NHL, hinting at a strategic acquisition that could finally inject the immediate impact and fresh energy this team desperately needs. This isn't just about adding another body. It's about addressing fundamental questions that have plagued this franchise for years. The Leafs have faced persistent scrutiny over their offensive depth on the wings, the consistency of their supporting cast, and their ability to integrate young talent effectively. And at the heart of this ongoing narrative lies the curious case of Nick Robertson. Robertson, a 23-year-old forward, has become a symbol of Toronto's developmental conundrum. Despite flashes of genuine offensive talent and the clear potential to be a top-6 NHL forward, he has consistently struggled to find a stable, consistent role within the Maple Leafs lineup. His frustration has been an open secret among league insiders, a sentiment only amplified by his recent contract extension, a one-year, $1.825 million deal signed after a trip to arbitration. This isn't the kind of long-term commitment that signals a player as a foundational piece. It's a prove-it deal, often a precursor to a fresh start elsewhere. The fact that Robertson has even been a healthy scratch recently, despite being on the main roster, speaks volumes. It suggests that the team's patience with the situation, and perhaps his own patience with the team, is wearing thin. His inability to secure consistent ice time, to truly carve out a niche, has left him in a state of organizational limbo. And as the trade market begins to heat up, with teams assessing their needs and looking for undervalued assets, Robertson's name inevitably surfaces in trade discussions. His situation is a microcosm of the Leafs' broader challenge. How do you maximize your assets, both on the ice and in the trade market, to build a true Stanley Cup contender? This brings us to the heart of the latest rumor, a whisper that has the potential to transform Toronto's offensive landscape. According to reliable sources, the Maple Leafs are among multiple franchises showing interest in a specific young, talented forward who is currently experiencing significant challenges with his existing team. This isn't just about a player who's underperforming. It's about a player whose situation has become complicated by recent conflicts with his coaching staff, leading to limited ice time, and a clear desire for a fresh start in an environment that truly values his skills and offers him consistent opportunity. Let's paint a clearer picture of this intriguing target, based on the information circulating. This player is just 24 years old, squarely in the prime development window for an NHL forward. He was a first-round draft pick, a testament to his high pedigree and the immense potential scouts saw in him. He already boasts significant NHL experience, having played in over 170 games, which means he's not a raw rookie. He's a player who has proven he can compete at the highest level. More importantly, his performance has shown flashes of truly elite skill. In certain seasons, he's managed to produce impressive point totals, demonstrating his offensive ceiling and his ability to contribute significantly when given the chance. He's got the kind of speed, puck handling, and scoring touch that could thrive in Toronto's fast-paced, talent-rich offensive system. He's the type of player who, if unleashed in the right environment, could quickly become a consistent 25 to 30 goal scorer, a legitimate top-6 forward who can drive play and create offense. The key to this potential acquisition lies in his current predicament. The conflicts with his coaching staff and the resulting limited ice time have created a unique opportunity. This is a talented player, a former first-round pick with proven NHL experience, who is currently undervalued and likely available at a more reasonable price than his true potential would suggest. He's a player who is actively seeking a new home, a new stage where he can reignite his career and finally achieve consistency that has eluded him. And for a franchise like Toronto, known for its rapid, talented attack, the Scotiabank Arena could be the ideal platform for this kind of resurgence. From Toronto's strategic perspective, this move makes a tremendous amount of sense. The Leafs are not looking for low-impact, risky gambles that offer no guaranteed return. They need immediate impact, a player who can step into the lineup and contribute from day one. This unnamed forward fits that bill perfectly. He's young enough to grow with the core, experienced enough to handle the pressure, and talented enough to make a tangible difference in the team's offensive output. He could provide the stability and efficiency that the current offensive lines are searching for, potentially slotting into a second-line role and adding a much-needed scoring punch. The negotiation, however, will be complex. It's not just about swapping players. It's about finding the right financial and strategic balance. Toronto's salary cap situation is always tight, and any acquisition would likely necessitate moving out salary. This is where Nick Robertson's situation becomes even more relevant. A trade involving Robertson, who is on a manageable $1.825 million contract and is actively seeking a new opportunity, could be the key to unlocking the cap space needed to bring in this new talent. It would be a strategic exchange, moving a player who hasn't found his footing in Toronto for a player who is desperate for a fresh start and could thrive in the Leaf system. This kind of move represents a chance for Toronto to intelligently refresh its roster without having to dip into its most prized draft picks or prospects. It's about acquiring an undervalued asset, a player whose talent is undeniable but whose current circumstances have made him available. It's a calculated risk, but one with a potentially massive upside. If this player can find consistency and unleash his full potential in Toronto, the Leafs would gain not just a talented forward, but a new energy that could be decisive for their season. The Leafs management, while maintaining a characteristic veil of secrecy around specific movements, has made it clear they are attentive to opportunities that can strengthen the team. The combination of the team's clear needs and the players' expressed interest creates a compelling negotiation window. This isn't about chasing a fleeting rumor. It's about recognizing a genuine opportunity to acquire a high-pedigree player who is poised for a breakout in a new environment. Specialists are pointing out that for Toronto, this would be a chance to rejuvenate their roster without resorting to low-impact draft picks or high-risk moves that don't guarantee a return. Simultaneously, the player in question could find a favorable scenario to showcase his full potential within a competitive team with clear ambitions for the season. This is the kind of strategic thinking that can elevate a team from contender to champion. While nothing is confirmed, the signs are pointing towards significant movement. Toronto has a history of carefully evaluating free agents and making calculated moves. And the situation surrounding this unnamed forward, his talent, his age, his experience, and his desire for a fresh start, places the Maple Leafs in a potentially advantageous position. For the fans, it's a tantalizing what-if that could redefine the team's offensive structure and inject a renewed sense of hope for a long spring in blue and white. As training camp unfolds and the roster begins to solidify, all eyes will be on the Toronto Maple Leafs management. Will they move a depth forward to free up cap space? Will this talented yet struggling former first-round pick finally find his place on a team with playoff aspirations? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The Leafs are exploring every option to improve their roster, and this unnamed 24-year-old forward is firmly on their radar. Stay tuned, Leafs Nation. The coming weeks could bring a last-minute surprise that promises to electrify the NHL season in Toronto. What do you think, Leafs Nation? Is this the kind of strategic, high-upside move Brad Treliving should be making? What kind of package would you be willing to offer for a 24-year-old former first-round pick with over 170 NHL games and a desire for a fresh start? And how crucial is it for the Leafs to finally make a decisive move to address their offensive depth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all your perspectives on this potential blockbuster. And if you want to stay on top of every trade rumor, every potential acquisition, and every breaking news story as the NHL season unfolds, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. We'll be here breaking down every significant development, and you won't want to miss a single update